Howdy howdy. These are the two chase cams for comparison. We have the Vortex Aero chase cam here and the one by Parafly. They're both good in their own way, and we'll go over those differences. I think this one right here is easier to assemble, and this one's just takes a little more time. It's not that it's more difficult. There's just some little things you have to do, but once you've assembled them, it's fine. But this one comes with little extra stuff. It says what's included. You get a rotating mount, a hand strap, a wrist strap, extended strap, and a thumb screw. And that's pretty cool. And it comes with an Allen wrench and a little drill bit to drill out some plastic in here if they don't line up well. And then it comes with this little kiting thing to hold the leader to the wing. And what you have to do with this one is put weights in here to balance out your cameras. So this little weight right here, I will always have there for, say, a GoPro session or something. And then I put this bigger one in here because I was running the GoPro 7 on here, and I noticed these big weights in the back balanced it out just right. But I put it on Velcro so that way you could remove it and just run the GoPro session if you wanted to. But the weights are included, so it's not like you have to go out and buy that. I like this, how clean this one looks. It just looks really good. This camera, what you do is you set it upside down, and then you can flip your footage, or the GoPro camera automatically does that for you. I think they both fly pretty similar though, if we're gonna be talking about how much turbulence you see on the camera. But I use the 7, so that's kind of unfair because it has really good stabilization, and you'll see in the footage that it's pretty well stabilized. So the biggest two deciding factors will be in which one you get would be how they look to you and how they operate. Now, I actually prefer this one. It was easier to set up, and what I like a lot is that you put your camera in there, and rather than your camera lens getting dragged on the ground, the camera lens is protected by the case they give you. So you can get one of these. This one's for the 7, you can get one for the Session or the GoPro 4, and they all protect your lens. Whereas this one, you're putting the camera on it, and as you know, like the 7 and the 6 and the 5, they don't come with waterproof cases. So on launch, when your camera hits the ground, you better be launching on grass or else you're gonna damage your camera. So that's what I really like about this one. My camera's always protected. I only launched the GoPro 7 on this one a couple times because I didn't want to scratch the lens, while this one I'll launch the 7 all day because the lens is protected. This one you'll find very familiar to you if you are a GoPro owner. It's simply just put a mount on there and your GoPro clips right in. And this one is it comes with the mounts. I don't know if you have to ask for a certain one based off your camera, but if you get it and you only have a GoPro 7, I would ask for the GoPro 7 mount. If you only have a GoPro Session, I'd ask for the GoPro Session mount. But basically, I'll see if I can do this here. Maybe not because I'm holding the camera. All right, what I did there was I pulled this bungee out from under this metal rod, and then you take that out, and then your camera fits in between here. If this gives you a better idea, put it in there, clamp it down, and you put that bungee back. But you can remove this whole piece and put you another mount there. That's how that one works. I like that guy, protects the lens. But if you have the waterproof housing, it doesn't really matter. It's going to protect the camera as well on that on the Vortex Aero one. This one's nice. It comes with a little carabiner thing so you can disconnect it, like I said, but this one doesn't, which is no problem. You could easily do that yourself. And this is more like a bungee type rope, whereas this one is just a string. There's no slack to it. It doesn't stretch. And another thing about this one that's cool about adjustment is based on the different camera you put on it, you just move this rope to get the center of gravity correct. To get it to hang like this or to get it to hang like that, you just move the rope around. Whereas this one, you have to put the right weights on. So right now I have it set up. Remove the weights, you're good for a GoPro Session. Put that weight on, you're good for a GoPro 7. I think these cameras, or these chase cams, are both pretty similar in stability. I would choose this one more just for the reason of protecting the camera. And then this one, it's sleek, and it comes with a nice little a container where you can take all these rivets out and you can put it flat in a container and transport it really easy. And this one, you just take the rods out and you can transport it pretty easy as well. Problem is you have to cut these zip ties each time and put a new zip tie in every time you want to transport it. So I transport my chase cams like this. You just got to make sure you don't smash them or anything. But there you have it. Here's some footage for comparison, but when it really comes down to it, I used the GoPro 7 and it made them both look pretty darn good. I think they're both very good. I'm going to do a little voiceover during these flights with chase cams, so I can kind of walk you through what's going on and maybe tell little stories as we go. So here it goes. This is my first launch on the Vortex Aero. As you can see, it didn't get dragged in this one, so it was a good launch. And you saw it get turbulent there because it went through my prop wash. But this is the GoPro 7 mounted on the Vortex Aero. And this is not a smooth day to fly. It was pretty bumpy out. It was close to sunset, but it was actually really bumpy. You can see me swaying back and forth, and the chase cam's doing a really good job. So these are all just kind of random shots, just to show you how stable it is, or how it acts in a turn, or how it becomes stable after getting out of a turn. And you can see it's pretty darn stabilized. And here I'm just doing some wing overs, playing around and seeing what it's going to do. Kind of a cool vantage point. You can see every time I come down on the wing over, I'm just looking at the camera to make sure it's not hitting me or something. Watch me on this. Watch my brake inputs. You can really see it's not a good day to fly low. And you can see all that coming back to the chase cam in turbulence. But here I have a long stretch of no trees around me, so it's a little smoother. Fun little foot drags through puddles. And this is my landing. I like to turn the engine off a little further out, so the windmill will hopefully stop in time. But there's that drag you're going to get, and this is with the unprotected GoPro 7 lens. So this is actually Elena. She flew the chase cam before I ever did, and she's flying on the GoPro Session here. So this gives you an idea of what it looks like without stability. I don't remember how turbulent it was that day, and on the line you can see I had a little knot in it, if that you can kind of see up there. But with the Session, you can see how it flies more in the middle of the wing. It doesn't hang as low because of the weight. And that gives you an idea of how it can sometimes hit the paramotor. That's Elena flying up there. So this is actually going to be the Parafly camera for the rest of the video with the GoPro 7. One thing you'll notice on this launch is how the camera comes at me and then goes away. It's because of that bunchy-like string that they use. Kind of goes forward, bounces back, forward, and it'll eventually stabilize with the wind putting drag on it. Those blue gloves are pretty bright and make it easy to see my hands, that's for sure. And those are just inserts for thicker gloves. But here I'm just looking for Elena. And there she is. She launched before me on this day. And right here you see me pointing at my helmet. We actually launched with our Cenas on and paired in flight, and it worked. Right there, that was what I think was her wingtip vortices hitting the chase cam, which I think is pretty interesting. You may have seen that in one of my balloon videos. And I don't really quite remember what I was doing here. I think I was looking up at Elena to the left and just goofing off. But tonight is a really calm night compared to the Vortex Aero chase cam video. You'll notice that it's a little smoother looking. Just watch how when I come out of this, how it just stabilizes. Real nice. It's a really beautiful night to fly. It actually got bumpier as the night went on. We've actually noticed when we do wingtip bumps that her wing, you can see the wing make an indentation right before I touch it. It's kind of cool. Here we're just kind of goofing off, getting some more vantage points for the Chasecam testing. And this is just a night shot. We're still flying legally. You can see my beacon going. And then right here, the video changes to like a automatically color adjusted thing that Adobe Premiere did. Just wanted to test it. And this is back to the normal GoPro video. But yeah, GoPros make it look way darker than it really is. And then here's my landing with a automatically adjusted coloring as well with Adobe. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something. Try to keep those props not spinning on landing with Chasecams. Anyways, see you guys. Special shout out to Vortex Aero Chasecam, as well as the Parafly Chasecam. Those things are awesome. They're going to be key to some of my future footage, and they've made some awesome footage so far. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys.